Hello, welcome to CEO Insights, the Living Organization podcast with Vitaly Gimin. With me is Dr. John Demartini, the CEO of Demartini Institute, who for 52 years have been researching into human behavior and amassed an amazing amount of knowledge on human values. John, maybe introduce yourself and tell us why values, particularly authentic values, are so important in the organizational setting.
46 years ago, I asked the question, why do some people walk their talk and some people limp their life? Why do some people do what they say and some people don't? Why are some people congruent and some people not? It boiled down to the hierarchy of the values that they were actually living by. Everyone has a unique set, fingerprint specific set. And the hierarchy of values dictates their destiny, determines how they perceive, decide, and act. Whatever's highest on their value, they spontaneously are inspired to fulfill from within. As you progressively go down the list of values, you require external motivation to get you to do things. So the most efficient and effective, most empowered, most fulfilling, most inspiring thing you can do is to do what's most valuable in your hierarchy of values. Now, a leader is going to be empowered because true leadership spontaneously emerges to the degree of congruency. Each person has an area of expertise that allows them to be a leader in that area based on what their values are. My highest value is teaching in the area of human behavior. That's where I'm a leader. So when a CEO takes on a company, the hierarchy of values he's taking, that's running the show. And he's going to impact the company structure according to his values, whether he's conscious or she's conscious of it or not. So identifying what those values are, because they're going to determine every decision they make. They're going to determine how they perceive. They're going to filter their reality according to them. They're going to make decision priorities according to them. So identifying what that is and identifying the action steps that are highest in priority on a daily basis. And we have all heard about how important priorities are, but it really is very important. And anytime an individual is doing something lower than what's highest in priority, they're going to devalue themselves. Your own value, the company's value in the marketplace is proportional to how well everybody in that organization is doing what they value most. How engaged are those people? So if you get engaged people by hiring people that have a set of values and making sure that they can see how their job duties are helping them fulfill that, they're going to maximize engagement. And we've seen this over and over again. You're going to get more productivity. You're going to have less cost managing people, less micromanaging, less trying to use external motivation factors. All those are costly. They're all symptoms. I always say motivation is a symptom, not a solution for an organization. A real solution is to find out what they're intrinsically called to do and help them get the power to go and do that in their career. But the leader it starts with the leader. If the leader is not congruent, it's almost hopeless to get the rest of everybody congruent, because when you're not congruent, you tend to look externally. You tend to blame things externally. You tend to look for outside sources for the cause and effect. But when you're actually living according to your own highest values, you realize that the buck stops with you. It's all an intrinsic gain. And that's when you actually are so inspired. There's an enthusiasm. Peter Lynch, he said it really nicely in the book What Up on Wall Street many years ago. He said, after I'd done my quantitative and qualitative analysis on the stocks that I'm looking at maybe picking, he said, I then go and fly over to the actual headquarters of these companies. And I walk around and I introduce myself and meet people and get to know the company. He says, there's six things I'm looking at. He says, are they grateful for their job? Because when somebody's congruent, they feel, I can't believe I get to be paid to do what I love. Are they loving what they're doing? Are they inspired by the vision of the company? Are they enthused about what they're doing, the mission of the company, the impact it's having? Are they certain about their skills and are they present when they deliver it? He said, if you have those 6 factors, there's no way that company's not going to rise to the top. And I believe that that's right. Those are all the classical transcendental signs of a congruent individual that's living according to their highest values. I learned a long time ago when I scaled up my business, I literally tenfolded in literally 18 months. The second I said no to anything that was low on value and say yes to the thing that was high. And I basically hired somebody to take care of the lower party things and got onto the highest party things. So sometimes the CEO is actually holding on to stuff that's causing a problem in the business. And sometimes that shows a ripple effect. The people underneath them are doing the same thing. It just causes a ripple effect. So I'm a firm believer. I don't, anything that reminds me that I need external motivation for, I hire somebody to delegate. I haven't cooked since I was 24. I haven't driven a car in 35 years. I've got me a pilot, and I've got me a captain, and I've got me a concierge, and I've got me a cleaning person. I've got everything is taken care of because I want to be able to do what I really love to do, which is teach, research, write, and travel. So I'm a firm believer that a CEO is going to make sure that they're prioritizing what they're doing, and they're going to say no to things that are not the highest priority, say yes to things that are. They're going to train the people that they have to live congruently. And they're going to constantly be at constantly modeling that because it's changing environment. And that means that in people who are really congruent what they do, they're adaptable and they're able to handle those changes. What that does is has more impact on the organization, in my opinion, than some of the little gimmicks that we throw in there trying to fix the organization. A lot of gimmicks out there. This is going to make it all work this way or whatever. The bottom line is nobody moves a muscle without a motive, and those motives are based on human values. And so I start there. That'll determine what you do. You can never rely on anybody to do anything but what they value most. Anything they tell you, they're not necessarily going to do except what their values are going to dictate. So I want to know what those are. And we have all kinds of moral hypocrisies that we run our lives by, and injected values about how we're supposed to be. And these cause all kind of turmoil in organizations trying to live by a fantasy instead of actually get grounded in what the true values of people are and the true values of you as a CEO. Because your values are going to influence the company. If your highest value is family, you're going to run the company like a family. If your highest value is bottom line in finances, you may never give anybody a break, but you're going to get the fortunes in that company. So the higher your values dictates your destiny and dictates the financial destiny of a company and the culture of the company. So I start with values.
John, thank you so much. There is so much there. We will probably take a while to unpack it. But thank you for today. And I'd love to have you more. I can feel it's just probably a beginning. Where would I find your work and your values test and so on? Where should I go to look for you?
Yeah, the Demartini value determination process, which I've been working with for 46 years, on my website, drdemartini.com. Just go determine your values. It's an eye opener. It's an eye opener because what people say they value and what their life demonstrates aren't the same. So go in there and take about 30 minutes of your time. It's private, and it doesn't cost you anything, but it's a worthy effort. It'll be an eye opener, and be honest about the answers, because sometimes you're going to write down what you think it should be, and listen to the instructions very carefully so you don't fall prey to your fantasies. But once you identify what those values are, you have a better idea of what you expect from yourself and what so do others can expect.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you for being on CEO Insight today.
Yes, thank you.